love it. I love it. I love it. Look at this. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Hey, I'm not surprised.
What's up, guys? Leighton here for UFC Gambling Addicts. Back with an insight video. It's Thursday. We're getting closer and closer to fight night. As always, the only thing predictable in MMA is it's unpredictable. Anything I say in this episode, I'm not telling people what to do. This is simply something I'm leaning towards, something I personally feel good about, and it's the way I'm leaning for Saturday. As always, do your own research, follow your own instinct, and betting goes either way. You make a pick, you feel right. Fight night comes and you're wrong. So there's no right or wrong answer to any fight. Any underdog can win. Any favourite can win. So as always, this is personal preference. But I love doing these episodes, and I love giving a few of you guys an insight as to what I'm going to do on Saturday. Okay, so as always, we're going to start with the underdogs. I'm going to give you 3 names, but I'm going to start with 2 first. The first 2 are going to be Brandon Davis and Jody Escobar. The reason why, let's start with Brandon Davis. Now, the reason why that's quite a close fight in my eyes, it's a bit of a pick-em. The line is a little bit off. Kang is a submission artist. He's looking to take you down, utilize his jiu-jitsu, look for a choke. And if he can't get the choke, he's going to make you work. He's going to take you down. You're going to try to get up, and he's going to keep trying to do that kind of thing. Now, on the feet, Kang can wait quite a bit. He has got some power, but he waits quite a bit on the feet. So for the moments this fight is standing, Brandon Davis really can score. I think he's a bit of a brawler on the feet, bit of a gangster. Comes forward, tough as nails. And he has good jiu-jitsu himself. Davis has very decent jiu-jitsu. And that's something he can fall back on when guys look to take him down, make him work. So, yeah, this is a pretty close fight in my eyes. The jiu-jitsu is close. The stand-up is close. All of it is pretty identical. I'd give the slight edge to Kang when it comes to wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But like I said, Davis has good jiu-jitsu himself. So he's looking to score on the feet, no doubt. So that's my first underdog. I have him at plus 150. On other sides, even reaching plus 170. So, yeah, Brandon Davis. The second one is going to be Jody Escobar. Now, this is a low-level fight. You look at this fight and you look at Hannah Cifers. She's not too impressive. Neither is Jody Escobar. But you have to, styles make fights, and you have to try and picture what kind of style fight are we going to have here. I'd be surprised if Hannah Cifers looks for a takedown. I'd be pretty surprised if Jody looked for a takedown. I think Jody's more of a boxer. She's had 14 pro boxing fights. She's 7-7 as a pro boxer. So, she's not a great boxer by any means, but I would say she's a better boxer than Hannah Cifers. Now, Hannah Cifers has more of a Muay Thai style. She's going to throw calf kicks and body kicks. Obviously, she's going to throw her hands too. But she is going to look to throw more leg kicks and body kicks. Jody Escobar's mainly looking to just use her hands. Having said that, Jody Escobar has a very good camp. And I'd be surprised if she came in just looking to box. She may even look to put Hannah up against the fence and dirty box from there. Because if you watch the Jody Escobar versus what was that girl's name? That I think it's Jessica Aguilar. The Mexican girl. If you watch that fight, Jody is held against the fence and she's boxed up. So I'd have to improve that. Both ladies are going to be slightly improved from their last fight. But I think this is a very close fight. It's low-level women's MMA, and the line is just unbelievable. Plus 240, 220, 230 for Jody Escobar. I'm all over that. No, there's no chance I let that go by without taking a shot. I just the other day with the French guy that debuted, Garnet, me and Brooks were on the mic together, and I said to him, Brooks, this guy's 20-1 for a sub. Does he do it? And I was just going to put just a $5 on it, just for hell's sake. And no doubt he did it, and I didn't put the $5 on. So, I hate it when that happens, when you have a slight little, just do it, and you don't do it, and it comes in. So, yeah, I'm going to take Jody Escobar here. My third underdog is going to be Stipe Miocic. The reasons why, I mean, I have very mixed emotions about this fight because I took Daniel Cormier in the first fight, and he did it. He made me so happy. I was so happy for him, and he did it. But this time, man, I just feel we're going to get a different result. I think, Daniel Cormier is a year older. He hasn't been preparing for Stipe. He wanted Brock Lesnar. And Stipe has had a long 13 months to think about what happened. He's been very angry. Even Daniel Cormier, he's still going at it. It's fight week, and he's saying, Stipe Miocic just isn't good enough to beat me. So he's keeping Stipe's fire lit. He's keeping him angry, and I think it could be a different result. I think Stipe is very powerful, very tall, much longer than Daniel, and has very good wrestling to fall back on, just like Davis with the jiu-jitsu to fall back on. So yeah, I'm going to take Stipe Miocic this time, plus 110, 115, plus 120. Price is dropping just a little bit. He was like plus 130 in some sites, so price dropping just a little bit. Okay, moving on to my parlay builders. It's a tough one, always a tough one when you're looking for people to throw into parlays to boost those parlays up. You're pretty confident on. As always, you're looking for a price that's decent to build around, and you're pretty confident in that person. So I'm going to give you two names. I'm going to give you Manny Bermudez and Sadiq Youssef. Now, the reasons why for Manny Bermudez, like I said, good price already, and it's been going back and forth a little bit with Manny. He did get down to a minus 120. Now he's back up to minus 130, 35, 40 some sites. So yeah, his price is still decent enough for me to build around at this point. And in all honesty, I just see a grappling match there. I see Casey Kenny, Manny Bermudez grappling in that first round. And like I said on the breakdown for the full card, I said Casey Kenny, you really have to take note when a guy like Casey Kenny can keep up with Ray Borg. You have to take note of that. And you have to assume that the way he kept up with Ray Borg and even got his own takedowns, I see him grappling with Manny. So now you ask me, well, what's the difference there? The difference is Manny Bermudez is so much bigger than Ray Borg. He has such a tighter grip, and he's a submission expert. So that's the difference here. I think Manny Bermudez is going to get a hold of Casey Kenny in a dangerous position, and that's going to be it. Okay, so moving on to Sadiq Youssef. Now the reason why I'm going to build around Sadiq is his price started at like minus 4. Now he's dropped down to like minus 270, 275, 260, 265. He's going to drop even a little bit more, I think. It's a decent price to build around. I'm fairly confident in Sadiq Youssef. I think there's a big speed difference in this fight. And if you look at Gabriel Benitez in his past fights, he likes to circle on the outside, stay on his bike, kind of kick and move to score. And I think if he tries to do that against Sadiq Youssef, I think Youssef is going to teach him a strong lesson on calf kicks. He's so much quicker, so much more explosive than Benitez. And Benitez hasn't really got much of a ground game, in all honesty. He's looking to keep it on the feet, so I'd be surprised if Benitez took down Youssef and it was that kind of fight. So I see mainly a kickboxing battle here. And I think Youssef is just so much quicker, so much more explosive, so much more significant than Benitez. So Sadiq Youssef now at minus 260, 270. That's what I'm going to be building around a little bit too. Okay, let's spark this blunt and then we'll get into the most confident pick. Okay. So my most confident pick this card. It's always, it's always a nervy time when you get to the most confident pick. But if you look back at my last few episodes, they've been pretty accurate. I think I've got one wrong, and it was the first episode on Mike Rodriguez. Since then, I've nailed all of them. I even I picked 2 most confident last week, which was Rodolfo Vieira and Valentina. I thought, just picking Valentina is a bit of a cop-out, but it's a nervy time getting to the most confident because, you're saying you're most confident, and if they get wrecked, it's not going to look good. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy to put my opinion out there. So my most confident pick this card, it's a little bit of a risky one, but I'm going to take Anthony Pettis. I think that 3 years that Nate Diaz has been off is just way too long. I know we all say it. I've heard a lot of people say it. Nate Diaz returning after 3 years. But none of us are really emphasizing how long that is. Like, Anthony Pettis how many times has he fought in those 3 years? Like 4, 5? I mean, 3 whole years, man, without competing at a high level. I know he's probably trained for most of that, but still, man, that 3 years is so long. I can only assume Diaz is going to take a good 10 minutes to get a read on Pettis, and I think Pettis is going to run away with the fight. I think Pettis is going to be more explosive in there. He's going to target the calf, the body. He's going to land power shots. And I think that Nate Diaz is just going to be Nate Diaz, just, you know, walking forward, eating shots, mainly eating shots, but, you know, the 3 years really puts me off Diaz here. That's a long time, and I'm not exaggerating when I say 3 years. You go back and check, it's bang on 3 years since he last fought. So I'd have to assume Pettis gets this done. And you look at Pettis in that ninja belt fight. You know, he won the ninja belt in ninja style. He's coming off a massive high. And I can only assume that he pieces up Nate Diaz. And maybe even goes high with a head kick to get a finish at some point. So, yeah, I'm going to take Anthony Pettis for my most confident pick. As always, I want to see you guys in the comments. You know, give me your dogs, your parlay builders or finishers, and your most confident. Okay, guys, appreciate you all. Peace.